Another rare one, Her Soul's pace car. Be careful, don't get killed. Are we rolling? Okay, I don't know if you're hearing the cool music in the background. We're in the shade in a nice breezy night. We're at Willow Springs 2019 for their annual car show. They also have a citywide event right now called Willow Fest 2019. It's going on at the same time as the car show. So there's so much activity and so much fun, we don't know where to start. But we are going to start right here, Chicago PD. This is a classic Ford Crown Vic behind us. Nice display. And that's just a sample of some of the stuff we're going to be looking at. So stay with us, tuck in, tune down, pop some popcorn, all of that good stuff. We're going to bring you some nice cars. Stay with us.
AC Variety takes pride in showcasing the stories that the big networks have no interest in telling. This is one of those stories.
Really? This is how many times we've done this show? Are you rolling right now? Okay, now it's too late. You're on the air now. Okay, okay. Well, we just had we had an exhibitor here, or a fun person here, volunteer person here. Okay, we're gonna find out who she is. She didn't know who we were. We're ACV Television Network, and you are.
Oh, I'm Gitana.
And.
Sophia.
Oh, it's a pretty name, Sophia. So do you like hanging around with Katana? Or? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, that's cool. Anyhow, so now you will know all about ACV Television Network because you're on it.
Well,
so
thank
cool.
You. What channel do I watch?
I will give you, as soon as he quits rolling, I'll give you a business card so you know where to go looking, okay? This is your big debut. She's going to need an agent, by the way. Okay, stay with us. We're going to book more of this car show right now.
What channel is it?
Actually, we go off on Comcast. So. Okay, one of the cars we wanted to check out, and curiously, I got to tell you this story. We're on our way here to this gig tonight. We're driving through Oak Forest, heading down Harlem Avenue into the Palos area, and we have this car in front of us, awesome Cutlass, back in black, it says on the license plate. So we figured, okay, this guy's got to be on his way to this Willowbrook show, and sure enough, Jeff, that's where you were on your way.
Yes, definitely.
Not that we followed you here, but we, we were on our way. Your car is awesome. I was behind you a couple of times, and you took off from some lights, asking you off camera about the transmission. Kind of tell us what you have going on under the hood and the tranny and rear end.
All right, so it's a 65 Olds 425.
Okay.
No bore, nothing. It's a solid forged bottom, and it's got a 62 to 64 9.3 rear end, so 411 gears in the back end. It's got a BOP TH350 trans with a 4800 stall.
Okay, and let me tell you, that stall's cool when he comes off the light. You know, it's really awesome. I'd like to see you stand on it once too, but of course we were in a very public place. You know. Anyhow, what I particularly like is not only the condition of the car, but everything, but the T-tops. It's like old school. It's like you don't see too many of them around anymore.
Yeah, the wife wanted a convertible. I said, how about we get T-tops? So,
yeah.
You know, the last couple of cars I've had have had T-tops. So, it's
I'm with you on that. I will take a T-top over a rag top any day of the week. You know?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So your wife's still on board with this, right?
Oh yeah, she likes it. She actually took her first ride in it probably 2 weeks ago because
really?
I had been working on it, and it was I had it up on jack stands just to change over some stuff interior on the car, like the shifter and whatnot.
Sure. Yeah.
Stuff, so
Yeah.
I
was looking in there. It looked like you had been doing some tooling in there. One thing I got to say before I walk away, I got to ask you, is that original paint? Because if it is gorgeous.
No, it's about 10 years old. So
still, it's gorgeous.
Yeah. So
off the top, man.
The Calais usually has chrome on the bottom.
Right.
That
was an upgrade on the Cutlass, right?
And then they had the gold pinstripe put on there.
Right. Wow.
But yeah, it's about the paint's about 10 years old. So I'd like to probably get it buffed out really good, wet sanded. So it's a great paint job though.
Again, burgundy in itself is a nice, beautiful, deep color, and the condition yours is in, it's very deep, very nice. it's unforgiving color too. This car's straight as an arrow, thank God. So.
Yeah, right?
Right. So,
She's
and
got
it-
dimples everywhere.
Well, we want to talk about her dimples right now. Anyhow, at this time, Jeff, I'm going to grab a hand. Thank you so much for stepping up,
Thank
and we're
you.
sorry we followed you here.
No, I love it. Believe me, I love the car shows. I always go to them.
All right, that's what summer's all about, right? Especially on the south suburb, western suburb area. Okay, stay with us. We got more coming right here at Western Springs Car Show. Okay, we're walking through and you see some awesome cars here. Street Strip, whatever. I'm looking at this Pro Street 69 Camaro. I mean, it's totally blowing me away. License plate Illinois, the Hitman. I think I'm going to find the Hitman. We're going to ask him a few questions right now. And I think I found him. And your name?
John Schiavone.
John. Oh, I see where we got the Hitman from.
Yeah,
okay.
a
A little bit. Same here. Anyhow, how long have you had this 69 Camaro?
This is second year with it. This first year
Seriously?
out with the car. Finished it up last year.
Okay.
End of last year, actually. We got
Did
it out.
the car originate from the Midwest, or did you?
No, the car came out of New York, actually.
Really? I was
Yeah,
going to
it
say
was
West.
a roller.
Wow, West
Yeah.
Coast car. I was going to think, not the East Coast, but
When we got her here, we created that monster right there.
and it is a monster. Let's walk up and take a look underneath the hood while
Sure.
we're here. First of all, did in the planning on building out this car the way it is, do you have some partners, or this is a sole?
No, I got friends.
project?
I got friends that help me do the work. I got a guy that paints it. His name's Bob. He's out of Grant Park, Illinois.
Okay, I know where that is.
Yeah, and I live in Beecher, Illinois, so not too far from there.
Sure.
And Midwest Engine did the motor for me.
Okay.
They're out of Mokina, and a little bit here and there. And of course, I did a lot of the work too. But
Sure.
it's all into mine. We customized the color. We wanted something a little different.
I was going to say that is a. Of course, I'm looking at it through sunglasses. I was going to ask you if that was a General Motors color or
No,
Mopar color or is a special blend.
It's a special blend, yeah.
Okay, because I've never seen a purple with that kind of sheen on it like that.
Yeah, we call it panty dropper purple.
Yeah. Very well put. And I'm not going to ask how they figured this one out, but I agree with the name. We'll leave it at that.
It is what it is, right?
It is what it is. Whatever
Better
it is.
than plum crazy, I can
yes,
tell you that.
yes, better than plum or statutory grape, which is
Yeah,
what they
oh,
were gonna.
that's not
They
nice.
were gonna call plum crazy
Really?
statutory grape back in the day, but then they realized Chrysler thought they'd take too much heat for it.
Sure.
But anyhow, I'm looking at the metallic and your drop your panties purple here, whatever the hell it
Panty
was.
dropper.
Panty dropper. Okay, we know it's panties in there somewhere, but anyhow. Obviously, I'm looking from this angle, but big block.
Big block
Kind of tell us
Chevy,
what you did with that.
498.
Wow, you really punched it out a little bit.
Yeah, it's got maybe 750 to the motor, and then we've got up to 500 on a fogger system in it. It's got a nitrous fogger system.
Okay.
That's about it. 488 gear in the back end,
Okay.
17.5-inch tires.
That'll throw you in the
Something to
back
hold
of the
ground
seat
a little
there.
bit. Got a nitrous bottle in between the seats back there.
No kidding.
Right in there.
What about that tranny? What's?
Transmission's a Turbo 400, 3-speed
Really?
with a reverse pattern.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a manual shift.
Okay.
So it doesn't downshift, or you have to, even if you downshift it, don't downshift it. It's got 3,500 stall in it.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
I was gonna say, just the
Yeah.
way you describe it, to drive this thing on the streets, you got to be grinning ear to ear. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a lot of fun, man. It really is. It gets a lot of attention.
oh, absolutely.
And hey, she can speak for herself. We've been running around shows this year, and it's been doing really good. Really good.
Absolutely, I can imagine. And one last thing too, I noticed
Sure.
you have a roll
cage
bar
in
in there,
there.
roll cage.
Safety first.
Yes, absolutely, especially when running this kind of horsepower and
Yes,
everything
sir.
else. Is there any other modifications to the unibody of the Camaro?
Oh yeah, it's all chassis in the back end. If you look through the back end,
Okay.
it's chassis.
Okay, so no, that's all good. I didn't know if how.
Yeah, I can show you in the trunk. You'll see it's where it's been tubbed out,
Okay.
and then made room for
Oh,
some
yeah.
tires back there. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
It's got a fuel cell
Fuel
in
cell?
it, about 15 gallons, 13 and a half, 15 gallons right in that area.
Okay. Well, I am totally impressed. You got everything
Thanks,
covered
man.
here. Totally
It-
everything
it-
covered.
It's been a fun car, you know, and it's been fun to play with and do and meet new people and do new things.
Oh, absolutely.
you
Like I
know?
said, it's a looker, and then when you get the closer you get to it, and the more you look at it, it's like, holy shit, man! This is like if
That's what I like.
someone has a dream of how they want to build out a '69 Camaro.
Yeah.
This is the dream come true.
Thanks, man.
So-
It is for me. I
Yeah,
know that.
right.
It is for me, man. You know, I appreciate that.
No,
I love it when
no,
everybody else loves it as much as me because I know I did the right thing. Then,
exactly,
You
and
know?
that's the best
You
barometer.
see a lot of cars that only the guy that owns it loves it. It's kind of
Right.
like, you know, like, hey, only your mother thinks you're beautiful, right? So, but I think everybody.
Your analogies have been great in this interview. Let me tell you.
Everybody's been giving it a lot of love, man.
That's
I've been
right.
getting love from
That's
everywhere
right.
with it.
Anyhow, at this
And
point,
it's fun, man.
I'm gonna grab a hand, dude.
Me
Thanks
too,
for
man.
stepping up.
Oh,
Thanks
man,
for stepping
thank
up
you.
and talking with us. We walked
Appreciate
by,
you
and like
guys
I
coming to
said,
visit me and,
oh,
and
how
enjoying the
could
cars
we
as
not?
much as we do.
And you know what?
Thanks, man.
Our advice, not advice, but wish for you is enjoy this every time you turn that key.
Yeah.
Whatever show you take it to, or even if you run it down the track of Route 66.
Oh yeah, we drive
It's all
down
good.
the street and have fun. And like I said, people want to know how many miles per gallon. You know what I tell them? Smiles per gallon.
That's right. That's right. I know. I deliberately didn't ask that question either, especially after you said the rear end gear ratio. I thought, no, I'm definitely not.
Yeah, you know what it's getting, right? It ain't getting nothing, right? Well,
All right.
again, thank you, sir.
You got it, brother.
All right, man.
All right.
Enjoy your night, huh?
You too.
We're gonna-
Oh, that's so hot.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, does it show already? Or
I got
what?
some. I got some Imperial Oak in the cooler, man.
But you regularly go. That's a good brewery.
Oh yeah,
They're
I live in town. I'm a junkie, man. I
Yeah.
can't stay out of there.
Well, let's go over there right now.
Do the interview over there.
Here we are, shit faced at the bar over there. Yeah, I just got. Are you rolling right now? Oh, this is great, dude. I didn't even know if I had my mic on. Okay, I was just commenting to this car owner of this beautiful. I'm gonna call it a roadster right now, but we're gonna find a coupe. Okay, we're gonna find out more about it. Gold digger? Yeah, I'm digging it. Anyhow, we were coming out of Imperial Oaks over there, myself and Dave that owns AC Variety, and we saw this gold digger coming in here, and we thought, hey, we're gonna catch up with this guy and find out, who he is. And he turns out he's an Imperial Oaks fan too. So, anyhow, which brings us to, and I'm looking at the sun hit that metallic paint job right now. How long have you had this car, and what did you do to it to bring it to today's shape that we're looking at?
Well, it's kind of a long story. So my grandfather bought this car in 1955
Wow, that is a great story,
for
though.
$15,
Get out of town.
and it was an all original, driver Model A.
Sure, yeah.
And how long you want me to make this story? Because it can go on and on.
Give me within your comfort zone.
let's make it quickly.
Okay.
So in 1968,
we
my
went to the 60s.
grandfather, we went from 55 to 68. My
Okay.
grandfather, my father, and my uncle restored the car, made it a parade car. All
Okay.
stock.
Okay.
So my grandfather drove it parades. He was in the local Model A clubs, used it in all the family weddings.
Wow.
So then he passed away in 95. My father got the car, and we used it a little bit for a few weddings in the family, and then he wanted to pass it along to me, and he said, do you have any interest in it? And I said, well, I kind of want to cut it up. And so his eyes actually kind of lit up, and he was like, well, that's cool. I said, I wanted to cut it up when I was a kid. So yeah, that's when that started. So we started working on it in like 2005. And,
Wow.
Just tore the whole car down. Frame, box of frame, channeled it, chopped it, just a ton of ugly hours in the garage. But
Well, run us through the drivetrain as it is right now as it sits. I noticed you got some awesome looking what used to be fender well headers on the thing,
yeah,
back in the
those
day.
are so the motors Chevy LS3.
Okay.
So that would be like 2010 or newer Camaro.
All right.
And it's got Holley fuel injection on it, but kind of made it look, you know, old school.
Yes,
With the
very
old school valve covers on it, and simple deal. Just turbo 400 3-speed in it, and
Okay.
4 9-inch in the rear, 411 gears with a.
Did you say Ford
positive
rear end
traction.
on there?
4 9-inch. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
That's good. Indestructible there.
Yep. Simple little car.
Now I got to ask you. Well, go ahead. Go for the. We're opening the trunk here. We're gonna get a surprise. Okay, you got a fuel cell
Got a
back there.
15-gallon fuel cell.
Okay.
Just a little coilover setup.
Okay.
Bars,
Okay.
Simple deal.
Now, in lowering it and channeling the frame and everything and the suspension, how does it handle?
It handles great.
I imagine bringing it down to the ground probably improved
Yeah,
things.
absolutely. So we took 5 inches out of the top of the car, chopped.
Okay.
We channeled it 6, and then I kicked the frame up 8 inches. So we
Okay.
took like 19 inches out of the car.
Wow.
So it used to sit up
Oh
here.
yeah, it was like a phone booth.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Well, I am blown away with that. The other thing is when you drive it, I was just peeking inside the window, but when you drive it, your sight lines, your blind spots, it looks like it's like
horrible.
Yes, it's horrible. I'm glad you said it. I didn't want to say it. It's like, you know, you almost got to have truck mirrors on the side of this thing, you know?
Yep.
So, like, when you're driving to and from shows or just out for a pleasure drive, you got to be like double super careful, or?
Yeah, you do, and it also has the red tinted windows, so like at night,
Oh,
you get a weird glare, and
Yeah,
lighting's all different. The stoplights look different, the colors and all that.
sure. I mean,
You get to know
the
how
red,
to drive something.
Yes, and this isn't for everybody. This is a
No, this
specialty
is-
car.
This is not for everybody. And we do a little racing with the car too. It's got 10-point roll cage in it.
Okay, that's good. So you're ready for business.
Yeah, trans blanket in it. It's got all the certified stuff for it to run down the track.
I just out of curiosity, can you give me some ETs?
I have
Quarter
one
mile?
with this new motor in here, but it's gone 1040s.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And how's the track? Is the track pretty straight on the high end and everything?
Yeah, it goes good, nice and straight.
Okay, then you did your due diligence with that chassis,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, so everything was done in the garage too. Painting. The only
No
thing we
kidding.
took it out for was the top put on. So it was a total group thing, garage build.
My hat's off to you, whoever did the paint. Now, I called it metallic, but it almost looks like what we used to call years ago crushed mirror, which is something different. But
It's funny you say that because it has a little bit of crushed glass in it.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I thought I picked up on that.
So the color is actually PT Cruiser Chrysler Gold,
Okay.
and then we put the flake and the glass. in it.
Okay, just enough to
Not
like
a
and I.
lot, yeah,
We're looking at the sun right now, just crescenting the thing.
Just enough for it
and
to
it's
pop.
awesome. It is an awesome look.
Cool.
So, all right. At this point, thank you so much for taking the time with us, and I'm going to grab a hand. Enjoy this car every time you drive it, show it, and everything else. It's
will.
like the history, the condensed history, really put it home. And it's a family deal, and that's what a lot of hot rodding's about. So.
Absolutely.
Multi-generation. So.
Right on. Hopefully it'll go on to my knuckleheads and they can
Yeah.
do whatever what they want to do with it. Right?
Yeah, they'll probably make a hoverboard out of it or something. It's all right. All right, take care, brother.
Thank you.
All right.
All about style.
Yes, and something that we've lost touch of in 2019. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Uh,
The matching interiors that they used to put in the cars were, you had
You know-
a lot of choices, 10, 12 colors to choose from, probably a dozen matching interiors. So,
Okay.
that's,
if I can ask your first name?
Frank.
Frank. Again, we were going by and we saw this beautiful turquoise 57 Chrysler. Want to know more about it. First of all, how long have you had it?
I've had it about 2 years.
Okay. Did it originate from the Midwest or West Coast, East Coast?
Well, I don't know that.
Okay.
I bought it from a dealer who had purchased it at an auction, and he had really no background on the car at
Really?
all. But
Usually a car this clean has got a paper trail, you know?
well, I started looking around,
Sure, I'm sure you did. Yeah.
and it turned out I found 4 others identical to it.
Really?
Online and older pictures, and
Sure, yeah.
I thought one of those,
Could be.
but it wasn't.
Wow.
Yeah, so
All right.
There weren't a lot of these made. I don't know what it says there, maybe 500 or something.
Very few, especially with the 392 Hemi.
Yeah, well, they would have put that in the New Yorker. So,
Okay, yeah, because that's their
that
higher
was
end.
the top of the line.
Right.
So, but these 4 or 5 I found were all turquoise.
Wow.
And then Franklin Mint has a model, turquoise.
Okay, you can get a die cast.
I had the Franklin Mint model before I bought the car.
Yeah.
And only after I had the car, I started thinking, didn't I have a model like that? And then
Yes, you sure did.
and then I found it. Yeah, and it was the same.
Some of the things I'm
It's in the
going to
trunk.
point out, maybe our cameraman can jump on it too, is the selector for the automatic transmission.
Yeah.
That is kind of cool. That's push buttons on the left side of the dashboard. Kind of unique to Chrysler.
Yeah, although American Motors used it, and
Did they do it?
yeah,
Okay.
there were other makers that used it for a few years, but Chrysler used it on everything from 57 to I think 64.
Okay.
And
The other thing,
then they went back.
Sure, and it was a popular feature, and it was done in all their advertising too. You know.
Yeah, I see no advantage to it.
No, it's
But-
a cosmetic thing, if you will,
I don't-
with some
I-
engineering behind
just
it.
to have
you know.
something different, I suppose.
Right.
If I have to work on one of these, I prefer it on the column. It's a
Yeah. Okay, I got you
simpler
there.
arrangement.
The other thing I always found interesting too is the split on the front seat to get into the back seat. It's sort of like a 75-25 or 80.
Yeah, that's right. They did that for quite a while. I guess that was the idea.
Looks
people
cool,
getting
gives you-
in from that side.
Sure.
Actually, some of them. I don't know if in '57, but by the time you got to '59, they sold. They had offered swivel seats.
Okay.
So the center would be stationary, and then the side seats would swivel out when you
Okay,
open
so
the
you
door.
can kind of
So-
pivot out the door.
Yeah, that's right. I have a 6300 and a 61 Imperial that have those swivel
Wow,
seats.
beautiful. You're definitely a Mopar guy.
For the most part.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all about the color and style.
Yeah. Now, which reminds me of the time gone by, but did DeSoto have a convertible in '57 that looks similar to this?
They had 4 convertibles
Okay.
in '57, which was insane because they
Yes,
only
you're
sold
not
a couple
kidding.
of hundred each one. You
And
know.
just think of the tool and die
So
for all of
4
that.
convertibles.
Wow. Wow.
They had one on all 4 of their models: the
Wow.
Fire Sweep, Fire Dome, Fire Flight, and Adventure. All had a
Wow.
convertible model.
Wow.
So then the next year, then they just offered 2. So
Now, last thing I want to add is I used to be an avid fan of a lot of stuff Michael Mann did, the producer that originated from the North Side. I forgot. He did a lot of police stories. He did the TV show Police Story and did a lot of movies. But Dennis Farina, in the TV production of Police Story, which was about Chicago Police Department in the 1950s.
yeah,
If I'm not mistaken, Dennis Farina in that show had a New Yorker convertible like this, only in an off-white. Do you remember any of that? Now when I get home, I'm gonna Google it to see if it. But it just reminds me of that.
yeah. No, I have a number of these cars on YouTube.
Do you
Just
really?
under my name, Frank Troost, and you go 1957 New Yorker Frank Troost, or just YouTube Frank Troost, and then it has videos of
No kidding.
five
Okay.
or 6 cars.
Okay.
There's people coming up to me like you have it.
Okay. Okay. Now that I'm looking, Peter Troost Monument. You guys were into racing for a few years, weren't you? Sponsored stock
Boy,
cars.
You've been around a while to remember
Yes,
that.
I have.
I'm surprised. You don't.
Yes,
look
I
that
don't
old.
look my age.
Yeah, in '57 we sponsored Fred Lorenzen.
Okay.
Who ended up as a top national.
Sure, he was a NASCAR driver out of.
He was from Elmhurst.
From Elmhurst.
We had sponsored him in '57 when he was just racing at local tracks.
Okay.
And then '58, I think Ford picked him up, and then
Okay.
that was the end of that. And then we had another guy out of Villa Park with a Camaro, would have been in the '70s.
Okay.
That we sponsored. And
Okay, seeing how we're sitting here in Willow Springs and the old Santa Fe Speedway is
Yeah,
couple miles
I used
from
to
us
love
right
that.
now.
The demolition derbies, I used to take my kids there
But
all
I
the
do
time.
remember back in the day, I'm not going to date myself too much, but there was a late model car sponsored by Peter Truth Monuments.
Well, there could have been. It's just getting harder
Competitive car.
for me to remember.
Right.
Well, I think it was that John. I think maybe it was John Kennedy, and he
Okay,
had
that name sounds familiar.
I think it was a Camaro.
Okay.
That we would have sponsored. It would have been in the 70s.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely,
sure.
definitely in that time frame.
One reason I did it so I could take my kids to the track, and then we'd see a car with our name on it.
There you go. And the PR didn't do you too bad either.
Ah,
So, I know you got to dump some money for sponsorship, but
It wasn't a lot, though, so it was kind of fun.
all right. Well, at this one, I'm going to grab a hand. Thank you so much for stepping up and telling us about this beautiful Chrysler, and absolutely enjoy it every time you bring it out.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we're going to take a look down the street and see what else we got going on at the 2019 car show right here at Willow Springs. Are you rolling? Okay, we're going to ask you a few questions, do a quick interview. Is that okay? Sure. Okay, we're cool. You can drink. It's okay. Okay, we're going down the main street here right by the clock tower, and I couldn't believe my eyes. First I thought, am I flashing back to Don Garlis? Is this one of the swamp rats or whatever? But I didn't see a big Mopar mill, so we ran into this gentleman. And your name?
Dave Dugan.
Dave, you notice this beautiful dragster, old school looking. Kind of give me a history on it.
It was built in Tennessee. It was originally built for a flathead. It was a world record holder.
Really?
And we race it all the time at Union Grove 41. We go to Martin, Michigan. We race with the Nostalgia Group. There's about 27 other front engine dragsters. Don Garlett signed my car up at Union Grove.
Okay.
And runs 890s.
Respectable.
Oh, yeah.
So how long have you campaigned the car now?
10 years.
Wow. Now, I noticed you got some nice sponsors on there. I love the green paint job too.
It's 2011 Camaro green.
Really? Yes, now that I look at it, it does look like a GM color.
Yeah, Judy's Friendly Tap sponsored us. CC's Grow sponsored us. Keith's College sponsors us.
So you do some exhibition stuff with the car with the group?
We match race the closest times. We match race and we put on a good show.
Okay, who's the shoe? Who's the guy behind the wheel?
My son Eddie.
Okay.
And my daughter, she drove it 2 years ago, but she can't get off enough to get, because we got to change the whole car around for her.
Sure, I bet.
Yeah.
Let's walk around to the back for a minute. I was curious what this decal was back here. Okay.
CC's Grove, Willow Springs.
Okay.
That's Tavern on Keene Avenue.
Okay.
And
it's always fascinated me because a year ago I actually interviewed Don Garlis of Route 66, and he had one of the swamp rats there, one of his old cars.
The one that took off his foot?
No, not that. We did talk about that though.
Yeah, took off part of it.
Yes, it sure did. And he told I brought up that story again because he was instrumental in designing the rear end dragster.
Correct.
That we use today.
But he also had a brand new front engine dragster sitting next to the rear engine dragster in case it didn't work.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, he didn't say that day, but you always got to have a plan B in racing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, what I wanted to bring out is it's always fascinated me the rear end and proximity to your legs when in this
setup. Your legs go over
the top of the rear end. That always, it scared me a bit,
Don Garlis tried to buy the rear end out of my car.
No kidding.
He offered me $3,000 for it.
No kidding.
They only made 20 of those front loader Chevys. It's Magnesium Mickey Thompson.
Right.
So, and I got one.
Wow. Hey man, hold on to it.
Oh yeah.
One thing on the rear end.
It said, "Don't be scared."
Yes. Okay. And is this a little extra something welded on here to make sure that
ring gear,
the ring gear doesn't come out and meet you?
Right.
This area right here is a safety piece. Anyhow, at this point, I want to thank you for coming up. This car is, as far as I can see, it's the only rail here. It is a definite looker and it's a definite mover after you tell me about those ETs. So every time you show this car and race it, please enjoy it. It sounds like you do.
Oh, we do.
I'm going to grab a hand, brother. Keep up the good work.
So where can we go?
I
I saw
there.
you looking at the glass in the corner. The real one was paneled there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah. You're very observant. I didn't know you were looking. I didn't know you were looking at me.
The real one was a really cool thing to see
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. So what do you do? The coverage you got over the headlights, those are removable?
Those are hubcap. They're baby moons.
The
man.
baby moon.
Yeah, I take them off for going home and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got them at a car show out by Years and Years. It's Road Top Barons, I think, put it on.
Okay.
It's like in early June. I got some guy had a set of 4. He says, I said, I just need 2. He says, I gotta buy all 4. So I got 2 spares at home.
You never know. All right. Well, what I might do is let him video it. I might do a voiceover.
If you notice, like at the end of Little Red Wagon, it says, "No, it's not the real one."
Yes. Actually, Dave, the guy that owns AC Variety, he picked up on that too. So. All right.
I had it at World of Wheels back like in '09, and everybody just kept asking all the brothers. I said, "I see this motherfucker running, US 30." I said, wasn't this one, man? And everybody said, is that the real one? Is that the real one? And the guy that made the decals, I wanted to have one made. He made me 3 of them, so I was like, I just put them all the way around,
Sure.
Hey, we're being filmed.
I just do it. You might as well just wave it off.
How you doing?
Wait.
All right.
What's this on? Where are you guys from?
We're out of, we go off on Comcast, and we're up south side of Chicago. Actually, Oak Forest, Tinley Park area.
Is that Bill Wilt guy still alive?
Well, thanks for recognizing the car, man. Thank you for recognizing the car.
350 crate engine.
Oh, even better yet. I thought so. You got some smoke and exhaust back there. I thought you letting something breathe,
That's the way I bought it, 4 or 5 years ago. So.
Okay, yeah, I was just going to ask you how long you had it, and then just out of curiosity, did the car originate? Did it originate in the Midwest, or is it a California car? Or?
I believe it was built in Wisconsin. So I think they made them in Texas and Wisconsin.
Okay,
I think this one came from Wisconsin.
Okay. So, I can tell it's a repaint, but it's nice paint, nice color for that car.
The guy I got it from, that was his favorite color. It was 57 Cadillac Bahama Blue.
Okay. I'm kind of surprised though. There's, I thought backup lights came on the package.
I think it was an option.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm forgetting where they would have been sunk in too. But
I think
would have been below the bumper.
I think they were below the bumper.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the panel
Okay. In the cowl there or whatever. Okay. So do you show this a lot during the year, or?
As often as I can, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Cruise nights mainly. So.
Yeah. By the way, I'm digging the 4-speed in there too, right? Is that like a Bunsen or Borg Warner? Or?
Yeah. The rock crusher, I guess.
Rock crusher?
Yeah.
Okay. And you got all the right stuff in there,
Yeah, he did it up right.
Yes. What I always like about this thing too is, to me, driving this thing, there's no blind spots. With all that glass in the back.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like that way to you when you're behind the wheel, but it just.
When you get old,
cool.
you can't turn your.
Believe me, I got the same problem.
Far,
Anyhow, and I'm sorry I didn't get your first name.
Joe.
Joe, I just thank you so much for speaking with us a little bit there. So.
You picked me up anyway, huh? The interview?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we did an impromptu interview anyhow, right? He's laughing, so I guess we did. Oh, quick thing, did it come with that custom-made cover for over the back?
It came with it when I got it, yeah.
That is gorgeous. It just sets everything off really nice, too. All right. Well, like I said, best of luck. Every time, enjoy it. Every time. Oh, my gosh, I'm just noticing you got an AC unit in here, too.
Yeah, when they...
It
was done in '97.
Okay.
They redid the whole car.
Okay.
And the power steering and air conditioning and the new engine, 4-speed,
Okay, no, that's good. At least you can travel with it and a little bit of comfort, So.
No, you really don't even need it with these vent windows. And
yes, the old vent windows.
Perfect in
yes, absolutely. And you got the cab area is relatively compact there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna run, but again, appreciate your time.
Sure.
Want to do a spontaneity thing on the Blues program too? Sure. before you pull in, I just thought I saw the Blues Brothers. Is Jake and Elwood on board with you guys today? Or?
Yeah, they're here. They're
You didn't put them in the trunk again, did you?
Oh, no, they're here.
Okay. We'll let them do the official stuff here. Is this the one that belongs to the Rock and Roll Museum in Joliet?
No.
Okay, they have one almost just like this.
All right.
Looking good though. Looking good. Wanted to give you a shout out. And your first name?
Tony.
Tony. Nice work, man.
Thank you.
Look at that bumper sticker. Ray's Music Exchange. Sounds familiar.
Strawberry fields. I caught like six.
We did cover the other side, but this you just had barrels on the other side as far as the wood aging.
Yeah, we had barrels here for a while, and then we put these guys in.
This looks awesome. This looks like the real deal. I mean, everything's the real deal, but
this is the style that they used to do in Belgium. So
seriously, okay.
They still do it like this. So what we'll do is we'll fill it up, which takes 3 batches for us to fill it up, and then we'll empty 2 of the 3 batches out and put new fresh beer in there, and the remaining third will re-ferment the rest of it,
Okay.
sour it, or introduce the yeast and bacteria from what's left in there. And then you wait about 3 months, and then you do the same thing. So it's just kind of this living, breathing, moving beer. It's pretty good, pretty interesting.
Oh, you're rolling all this time, which is kind of, is the lighting okay in here? Which is kind of good. You know, we're getting a backroom inventory, if you will, tour from Mr. Grant Hamilton right here in Imperial Oaks, and him and his team.
It's our storage area.
We haven't been here in a few years, and we're really in for a treat because some major expansions taking place here, and just in the brewing area right here, as you were hearing about this sour beer.
Right.
What kind of made you go this direction with coming out with a sour beer?
It's kind of more of a popular trend as of recent, and it's unique that not a lot of people have been exposed to it. So it's kind of a fun little, not little anymore. It's grown pretty quickly. It's just a fun way to expand people's palates. There's different styles of beer that everyone's had, but like, okay, we did all these IPA things, and a lot of people were introduced to that, and then this is like, well, this is even more that we can try. So I don't know, just
No, I'm impressed.
keep the variety up, you know.
Yes, and keeping up with being creative and see if there's a demand or create the demand yourself.
It's a pretty big different process too.
Yes, as you were saying earlier with the fermentation and what have you.
Right.
You always impress me when you talk about procedural with the brewing. You have to have a love for the craft you do. I mean, it just comes off the top of your head like it's your second knowledge, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get into it like a hobby at first is what I did, a home brewer, and then it just kept going, and you got a little bit more equipment, and I made a better beer, and let me try to get even better, and eventually, you start hanging out with other brewers and trying different things, and then 5 years later you have a brewery.
Yeah, bingo. We have end of
Just
the
like
rainbow.
that, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it happened overnight. But no, seriously, obviously a lot of hard work, a lot of investment here. And I might add, of your diehard clients or your people that just love this kind of beer, how do you communicate with them? You got something coming out new, what you're working on?
We're pretty
next?
active on Facebook, Twitter. We do a little bit on Instagram, so all the social media stuff we do.
Okay.
And then we have a website too. So our Facebook and our website are pretty much the same information, just laid out in a different format for you to consume. Imperial Oak Brewing.
And one last question: when we're in the brewing area, is there any kind of a friendly or otherwise competition among micro breweries of like a product they came out with that's like really popular and they put it up in competitions against someone else?
Well, there's beer festival competitions that happen. Yeah, that happens. But then we're also, that's almost more of a camaraderie thing. Like, let me be the guy who makes the best beer, right?
Okay.
But it's not like, I made the best beer and look down on you.
There's a certain amount of creativity here for the palate.
Yeah,
so.
well, and then you have to stay within some certain style guidelines that make a beer, again, say an IPA or a Dusseldorf alt beer. You have to stay within those parameters if you want to compete in this competition or whatever it may be. But we're also very friendly with our neighboring breweries. We do collaborations with them all the time. So
Now that's interesting.
currently we
Okay.
have a beer on draft that we did a collaboration with Hailstorm Brewing in Tinley Park.
Yes. Okay.
So we go down there and come up with our recipe, decide what we're going to do, and brew it, and then we each have a little bit of it at both places, and
Great.
kind of teaches folks that haven't been to Hailstorm that come here regularly, we try this Hailstorm place, and so then they'll go down there. It's kind of a cross promotion. Like, if you like beer, you should go more places. If you haven't been to this place, we're going to do a collaboration with them, and then that might,
A bit of a
persuade you.
genius marketing. That we
Persuade you
had the
on.
opportunity to talk to Hailstorm at the 2018 Tinley Oktoberfest,
Okay.
which took place actually the last weekend in September, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, on 80th Avenue by the train station there in Tinley. And
Okay.
it was a great.
I'll believe you.
Yes, I'm selling them on it right now. No, but
haven't been. Sorry.
no, it was a great. I have a habit of doing that. Oversell, over information.
No, that's
but
fine.
that being said, it was a great opportunity to have that Oktoberfest Umbrella Festival thing over, tasting a lot of great
Yeah.
breweries
yeah,
out there.
and that's like another thing that's the same similar vein. It's like you're going to these festivals where everyone can try all these different things
Right.
to possibly get an idea to have a night out somewhere that you haven't been, or a flavor that you've never had that's like, oh my gosh, let me go check out that brewery. So, or wine, I think, is that one where they have wineries, cideries, mead, and all that stuff? No, there's another one that's at the Tinley Convention.
Yes,
Yeah, that
you're
one's
right,
pretty
and
cool,
that
too.
that wine is involved with that.
Yeah, I've been to that one.
But the Oktoberfest is strictly hoompa music.
Okay.
And
Yeah, that's good
the,
too.
The
right?
European flavor of the traditional Oktoberfest.
Lederhosen and dirndls and Stein
I actually-
contests. Yeah.
We actually interviewed people wearing Lederhosen. The entire family,
yeah.
even the kids were,
Yeah.
all decked out. But that makes it fun.
No.
We were gonna walk outside for a minute, and we haven't been here in a while. And
Okay.
can we take a look out in front and kind of see what your customers are doing? I understand
Yeah,
you have
sure.
a
We
really
got a
nice
nice
patio out there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Better
stay with
than
us.
Brown boxes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it. That's cool. Put it in what? I'll leave it up there. I'll move it to my office later.
Okay, talk about a fun place. Just check this out.
I was just gonna go down here so we can
Okay, that's fine.
get a shot of the patio.
Yeah. Oh, always directing. Always directing.
So it's cool. We got the train that.
Yes, I was
comes by
gonna
and
say.
A little bit of entertainment, right, for free.
Yeah. Last time we talked, and it's been a few years, you had a lot of diehard cyclists that rode the path back here.
Sure.
Does that still happen? Or?
Yeah. So the paved paths are the roadie bikers. use
Right.
That, and it's great for families and stuff too. Taking out kids that are just trying to get off training wheels. It's great. And then over here in Palos, the other way, there's mountain bike trails all over the place over
Okay.
there. Which, since we've last talked, I've now have a mountain bike, and I've been up on those trails.
All right.
and
I have to
it's been
admit,
pretty fun. It's been
I've
a great new experience.
not going off road too much, but I do spin around now that
Yeah.
I'm semi-retired. Get
Right.
on a mountain bike, and it's damn good exercise. I'll tell you
Mountain
that.
biking is great, and so we get a lot of those guys coming off those trails that are thirsty or
Yes, I can
hungry.
see
We
that.
have food trucks pretty frequently here.
Right, and they're usually about where we're standing. Is that correct?
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you
we had
pull
one
up?
earlier, but I think he sold out. So
Okay,
he had
and
to
I
leave
can believe
early.
that.
Yeah.
You, from what I understand, you always have a nice variety of food trucks that come at different intervals,
Yeah.
different times in a month, and
Yeah, right,
It's all
exactly.
good. I have to kick it out because the patio perimeter with the barrels and the floral pieces, very very nice.
I
Very,
built that stuff. Somebody's got to.
Yes.
Somebody's got to be the gardener here,
Yes,
I guess. Right? So-
and everything's nice and healthy and blooming, so he
Yeah.
must be doing something right.
Yeah, and it's not something that you can do just on a whim. So I'm out here every day, like making
Sure.
sure everything's working.
Oh, looks great.
People
I mean,
throw some really weird stuff in there. You know, you think the cigarette butts, whatever. I found like cans of beans and stuff.
Yeah, I was
That's a
gonna say
whole
it
nother
doesn't
thing.
go good with the geraniums, but hey.
So-
Again, between the umbrellas and the tables and stuff like that, and your night lighting being strung across, it has
Yeah.
a very, very nice beer garden flavor.
Yeah, if you guys are still around, you should shoot a little bit at night. It's pretty cool, like little ambiance. It's
Oh,
kind of
sure.
that Italian patio feel.
I
It's-
gotcha,
it's a
I
good-
gotcha, brother.
And when the sun goes down and you know the traffic kind of dies down, we're at a big busy festival now. Obviously, it's a nice chill spot just to come and
Yeah,
hang out, have a
I'm
beer
feeling
outside.
a nice breeze right now
Yeah, it's
too.
not
I'm
so
just,
bad.
you know.
It's not so bad.
Last thing is 2013 is when you first popped into this location.
Right.
You didn't occupy the space you have now, though. You had
No.
a little bit less. Is that correct?
We actually didn't open until 2014
Oh,
as far
okay.
as serving beer, but we incorporated in 2013, yeah.
Okay.
And so we took us a year to work on it and build it and make it, and we had 2 units, and now we have 4.5, call it 5, I guess.
Okay.
So we've expanded quite a bit, and to make room for the sour beer and more seating and just being able to have more taps and more variety for everyone.
Sure.
So it's
Sure.
it's about a little bit of growth and sticking with what works, and then adding on, and then doing it again, and
Seeing what
making
you
something
just
better.
said a
Yeah,
buzzword, seeing what works and
Yeah.
staying with it.
right.
And I was very impressed with the fact of the bottling and the canning
Yeah.
of a lot of your stuff now, and that, of course, took more room. I noticed that is obviously done at this location too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We actually got it's called a micro canner. It's about that big, and then there's like another table that goes in on it.
Okay.
And so, but it all breaks down and kind of folds up, so it takes up a footprint of about 5 by 10 feet.
And that's
So
what
we
you'll do
can-
a run of cans on?
Yeah, we can break it down, knock it into the corner, and then every other week or so we'll do 50 cases on it and wait another 2 weeks, and that way we don't stock up a whole lot of beer
Right.
and sell it as it gets older. You're pretty much guaranteed you're going to have beer that's been canned in the last couple of weeks, which
Which
keep
makes
it as fresh as
exactly.
we can, right? So.
Now, I noticed you most of that beer is refrigerated. Is that common practice?
Yeah, everything we do is refrigerated except for the sour stuff. So those actually are bottle conditioned for fermentation in the bottle that creates the CO2. So they don't really need to be cold. They kind of keep growing in the bottle.
Okay.
So it again, it's that kind of living thing that one likes it more when it's just at a moderate, room temperature. Whereas hoppy beers, the hops will start to fade on the flavor if you let them sit out on a floor, in a warehouse or whatever. So we
Absolutely.
have cold storage for all of our stuff. Yeah.
I just got to say, this is the truth, heart and soul of microbrewing or craft beer. And you just heard, like you said, it's from the heart. He was a home brewer, came to this level now. But this is the kind of quality you would expect here at Imperial Oats, and my hat's off to you.
Can't believe we don't have a beer while we're doing this.
Yeah, I know.
It's so
We're
weird.
getting everybody's palate at home, but come on down
We
anyhow,
should
take a
probably
look
go
at
get
it.
one then, huh?
Anyhow, quick last thing. Any last thoughts before we take off on you?
I don't know. We started distributing back in December, so you can find some of our beers off-site now.
Okay.
So look for us on draft and in a few select stores. That is always changing because we don't have a lot of beer to go out the door, but if you come
Sure.
here and you like our beer here, you'll probably like it wherever you find it. So.
Okay. And at that, Grant, I'm going to grab a hand.
Sorry, it just
Yeah.
popped into my hand.
And I have the
All right.
I have the hand to prove
Yeah,
it.
you got the
Thanks.
You got the clean one. All right.
Thanks so much. You ever get a chance, come out here and check it out. Imperial Oaks right here in
It's
Willow
just one
Springs.
tree, Imperial Oak.
Yes,
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Did I had a forest of oaks. Might be the
People
trees
do
I'm
it all
looking
the
at.
time. Yeah, you're in the woods.
I'm in
so
the
I
woods
get it.
right now, literally. So, all right, take
All
care,
right.
brother.
Cheers.
All right.
Thanks.
Not bad. It's in pretty good shape. I see too many ragtime.
Standing in line.
Modern day golf cart.
Great things with summer events like what's going on here at Willow Fest. You get to see some important people like Congressman Dan Lipinski. Congressman, how you doing today?
Good, good. We got a beautiful night here at the Willow Springs Car Show. It's great to be out here.
I was just going to ask, we were blessed with the weather. What do you think?
You can't beat this for an August evening in Chicago.
Okay. Now, and I know you're a busy man, you get around, but do you like to make events like this within your area of responsibility?
I love coming out to these. Got a lot of people here tonight. This is one of the best car shows that takes place in the area all weekend long out here in Willow Springs. Got the carnival rides going, the carnival food, so it's a really good weekend.
They have some excellent food they're serving too. I don't know if you've had a chance to try it all, but have you ever had any interest in classic cars or anything like that, or your daddy or family?
When I was younger, I did, and my father had a 1969 Dodge Charger.
The reason I asked is I had heard something like that, and I thought if I don't ask now, I'll never know. Tell me about the Charger. That's a cool car.
Well, my father bought it used, I remember, in about the mid-'70s.
All right.
And this was before the Dukes of Hazzard. And then the Dukes of Hazzard comes out, and that's the car they have, the 69 Dodge Charger.
Off the top, yeah.
He had that car for many years. I remember it was a classic. I loved driving that.
Okay. So you got some time behind the wheel
I
then?
got some time behind the wheel, yeah. When I was a teenager, so that was a really cool car to be able to drive.
I was gonna say he had to be the cool kid at high school there with that.
Yeah, certainly was. I didn't get it that often.
No.
But when I got it, it was great.
Fond memories, and that's sort of what summer events and car shows like this are all about. So
yeah.
I know you have a busy agenda, and as people, even as we're talking right now, want to talk to you, but I thank you so much for coming up and speaking with us. We really appreciate it. And if you're ever out and around, this congressman is extremely reachable, friendly man, best I know. Come up and say hello. That's what he's all about. He's here for you. So I'm going to grab a hand, Dan.
All right.
God bless to keep up the good work in Washington.
Thank you.
Okay. Stay with us. We got more interviews coming.
Hey, as you can see, I'm buff and I'm still the stuff, and I heart AC variety. I heart it.
Okay, one of the cool things about covering an event right here in like Willow Fest 2019 is you meet some important people, and like we said earlier, Congressman Dan Lipinski's here, and there's also our share of city officials. And you wonder how something like this comes down and comes so smoothly, and people have so much fun. You're looking at the A-Team. And first off, let's start with the top. Just showing his own introduction, we're going to ask him. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is John Carpino, and I'm the village president for the Village of Willow Springs. I was elected in April of 2017. Prior to my being the mayor, I was the police chief for the Village of Willow Springs. So I had a vested interest in the community. I was a cop for over 40 years. I noticed that they had a car show every year, and I thought it would be a good thing to step it up and have a carnival added to the car show. So in 2018, we started a 4-day carnival to go along with the car show, and we kind of rearranged everything and where the band is laid out and the different cars, and got some antique police cars here. It goes back to my law enforcement background. Called some friends out, but the carnival's here for 4 days again. The future will always be a carnival. We have a lot of great people here with a lot of great cars for people, but it's more of a family event by having a carnival. I see people here with their kids I've never met before. They know I've been mayor for 2 years. They're thanking me for all the hard work. But it's all the other trustees and the other people on the boards, especially my public works department. They're the people that make me look good. Okay, it's not me, it's them. It's all these other people, the volunteers. A lot of volunteerism in the Village of Willow Springs. I've got Mike Kennedy here.
Step up, guys.
Yeah.
How you doing? I'm Mike Kennedy. Been a trustee here for a couple of years, and like John said, we started this carnival in 2018, and it's grown quite a bit. You can see last year was a little bit smaller, along with the car show. Everybody seems to like it, and then Sunday night fireworks, couple good bands, Friday and Saturday night. So yeah.
I got to ask, as you tweaked it through the years, when you've added the carnival now, how do you kind of know what to allot, what space for, and carnival bigger, carnival smaller, stage?
A lot more kids rides.
Okay.
This was formerly, that street, Market Street, was the vendors for food. We said we need more kid-friendly rides.
Okay.
And I guess maybe because I have a 2-year-old granddaughter.
There you go.
But yeah, this is the kids. And then the field is the younger teens, adults.
There you go.
And then the food vendors are off here. So we moved it around, plotted it out. Look, we're always a way to improve something. So we're always looking for ways that people, we get feedback from the people. But from what we
listen to the carnival management.
Listen, the management from the carnival.
Yeah, no, because that's your marketing to your people, and what works, what doesn't, you quit doing.
Right.
Let me ask you a quick on your name, by the way.
I'm Fred Bosch. I'm a trustee now for 2 years.
I understand you've been doing a lot of footwork today. It's the first time you stood still for
2 days.
2 days.
No, I mean it takes a lot of work.
You wear out the Nikes, right?
I wish we had Keith Grandlin here, the Public Works Director, and his crew. We put in a lot of hours. He's put in a lot of hours, but man, it's worth it. You know, at the end of the night, you see smiling faces.
Absolutely.
We couldn't do it without a lot of the politicians in town. We recently hooked up with all the towns around us.
There you go.
Sharing equipment. They bring their light towers, their street sweepers. I mean, it's not only this town.
The Village of Summit.
Sure, everybody.
Village Alliance, they're all.
And we help them volunteer.
Oh no, it's well, especially when it comes to emergency services. Those departments help each
down
other.
here. They got a dozen people on the ground directing traffic.
Yeah, there you go. And you coming off Archer, you're going to need that parking and everything else.
And all our sponsors. So maybe later on you could pan the banners over there.
Sure, absolutely.
We couldn't do it without them either.
Speaking of that, I understand that one of the days, I don't know if it's tomorrow, you're going to have a lot of crafts here. You kind of reconfigure a little bit? Or?
Last year we had probably only 7 craft tables.
Okay.
This year we got 66
okay, so you
signed
kicked it up.
So yeah, it's going to be huge for Saturday and
As
Sunday.
an aside, on Saturday, we have a special event for people with special needs. So the kids for special needs get to ride for free.
That is a great idea.
A companion and adult to come. No charge, no questions, just come on down. And then on Sundays, we have live pony rides. So
Excellent.
the political party I'm from, the Integrity Party, we actually made a generous donation. We donate to the Christmas parties. We're doing everything we can within the community, the schools, the churches. We've had a lot of generous donors. So.
Proceeds from an event like this, do they go to charitable causes within Willow
Our
Springs?
show is a benefit show.
Okay.
Benefit show for
Patriots, veterans, we give whatever's left after expenses, we donate back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, gentlemen, my hat's off to you and your team, Public Works. I wish your director could be here. He's obviously busy.
He's busy.
But you know what? To put on an event like that, it's 4 days of busyness.
Yes.
But the proof's in the pudding. You can't see on camera right now, but believe me, we're looking at a vast crowd of thousands of people, all with happy faces.
Oh yeah.
Without a doubt. Very happy.
Well done, very secure area, and what can I say? If Summerfest,
Safety is utmost important.
right, and this is a textbook of what a Summerfest should be, right here in Willow Springs. So. Okay, stay with us. We got some closing remarks. We're gonna look at a few more cars.
Thank you.
When you seem to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Keep going. Bells will ring, sing-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hard to play, tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a guitarandella.
Beautiful.
There you go. Thanks, guys.
One more, go, big finish.
When you dance down the street with the crowd at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Excuse me, but you see back in old Napoli, that's amore. Amore, that's amore.
Wait, don't. We gotta find out who these beautiful dancers were, and your name.
This is Lucy Myra, Remix Market.
Okay.
And I'm DJ Tom.
DJ Tom?
Yes, sir.
I love that voice.
Thank
Dean Martin
you.
can move over. Frankie and all those guys.
I had one Italian song. We're in a Polish fest.
I have to do an Italian song for him.
That's okay. I'm Italian too, actually. Actually, Sicilian.
Sicilian.
Thanks, guys.
Sicilian.
Oh, really?
We're Sicilian.
Nicosia.
Yeah, Nicky. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, that's my dad's side. My mom was Sheffield.
Beautiful. God bless.
God bless. Okay, seeing all kind of vehicles, you see a lot of classic Detroit metal here, but once in a while you'll see something from across the pond, and a good looker like this MG, we're going to find a little bit more about it. I believe the gentleman's right here. In your name, sir?
Yeah, it's Bill Latham.
Bill, is this? Is this a '58?
It is a 58.
Okay, tell us a little bit about. Well, how long have you had it?
I don't know. Probably about 20 years.
Wow, it is gorgeous. From the original wire wheels with the knockoff spinners to the engine compartment. First of all, was this an original red that was available by MG back in the day?
Yes, this is
okay.
the original color.
Okay, and this is considered with the rag top and those low slung doors. Is this a roadster?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now I noticed it's an MG or an MGA. What is
MGA? The manufacturer is an MG.
Okay.
The make is an MGA.
Got it.
Because after this, they came out with an MGB, and they came out with an MGC.
Okay, which was more stuff I remember from, grammar school and high school. I'd see them in the neighborhood there.
Right.
The car is just gorgeous. I mean, the chrome, the grill work, the headlights, just the styling of the car. I've always, is there anything unique about a roadster like this? The dashboard and the steering wheel, it's a pretty flat diameter steering wheel there. Is that hard to get behind the wheel there?
No, as I get older it does, It gets harder to get my long legs in there.
The reason I asked it is I know a guy that I interviewed at a car show a couple of years back that had an Austin Healey.
Right.
He literally had to change out the steering wheel because he had the original one, but he had to put an aftermarket in there, less diameter, so he could get in and out of the car.
Well, I guess, that can happen.
Yes, I can understand.
I don't have any trouble. It's a 15-inch diameter wheel.
Oh, okay. His was like an extra large pizza pan. That's the best way I could put it. And if we could walk to the back of the car, I just love the fenders on this car and the taillight treatments.
Styling is, they came out with this car first in 1955.
Okay.
And it was kind of modeled after the average race car, road racing car of the era. And they all look kind of like this. And that's why it's the shape it is.
Now, the other thing I used to always admire too was where you put the petrol, the cap where it's located. I think that's kind of cool.
Right here. Lift it up.
Check that out. What's the, how many liters is this?
1.5. It's 1,500.
Okay. And out of curiosity, the capacity of the fuel?
12 gallons. 12 gallons U.S.
Okay.
10 gallons British.
Okay. That was you got me on the next question. And just looking around some of the things, what did you have to go to like an aftermarket company to get that rag top in shape, or to get it replaced?
Right.
Okay. Nice. The plastic windows are in real good shape on the back, and the other thing, the license plate holder and light, is that original or is that aftermarket? Or?
No, that's all original.
No kidding. Wow.
Of course, this was a British car, and
right, so you had the longer
plates were long and thin.
Right.
And so they had a different kind of arrangement.
Okay, that kind of prompted that. Yeah. And the other thing,
but this car was made for the U.S. market, and so that was typically what they put on it. So all the cars that I knew came with that kind of setup with the license plate.
Which I remember, a lot of these cars when they started to come in, I guess they would be the MGAs. I might be wrong on that. When in the early 70s, when the government changed about the speed bumpers, and you had to have a 5-mile-an-hour bumper.
Those were MGBs.
MGBs, okay. What they did with those big black enduro bumpers to make them stick out like, what were they, 15 inches or something?
They had to withstand a 5-mile-an-hour bump against a brick wall. And so rather than redesign the car and put like collapsible columns in behind the bumpers, they just put the big ugly black rubber thing on them.
I'm glad you said ugly, because I'm thinking, oh God, the style, I mean, it just ruined the styling on the car, but diehard people wanted,
They conversion kits that you can buy today to throw that one away and take it back to the older style with the chrome.
Great. All right. Well, anyhow, William, I want to thank you for stepping up. I know you were sitting down, relaxing.
That's all right.
And but you have such a unique piece here. I wanted to come up and talk to you and get the inside scoop. And Please, you and your wife enjoy every time you show this. This is just a beautiful, excellent car.
We've had them for years and years. In fact, we've driven an MGA to West Coast, California. Up
Really?
the coast. We've driven one down to New Orleans and back. Another one over the East Coast and back.
Very well traveled. By the way, how is this on the interstate?
It's pretty good. I mean, it was made for England principally, where the speed limits are about 35.
Yeah.
And the roads are real twisty, so that's where it's a lot of fun to drive.
Okay. Yeah, I mentioned the turning radius is rather tight.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty nice. But at the United States, interstates, it's not real happy. You have to turn at 60 miles an hour. You're turning 3,500 RPM.
Wow.
So
it's humming.
if you're going up to 70 or faster than that, then it's really cranking out.
Yeah.
And so one of the failures in this car is that the engine bearings tend to fail because they got such tremendous forces on them just trying to keep up with traffic. But if you're just driving around town or someplace where it's speed limit 60 or under, it's no problem at all.
All right. Well, again, thank you for stepping up and your wealth of information, and I love the car. All right, take care.
Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? You once thought of me as a white knight on his steed. Now you know how happy I can be. Oh, and our good time starts and ends without dollar one to spend. But how much, baby, do we really need? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming
There goes my reason for living. Oh, there goes the one of my dreams. There goes my only protection. Oh, there goes my everything.
You want to take a break? It's all yours.
Oh my God! What am I supposed to do? What would you? This is my daughter.
Hi, sweetheart.
You say hi.
We were some crazy people Mommy used to work with.
How are you guys? Hi. No, you're just gonna get some pizza.
She was like the picture of you. Is this your only one? Or?
Yes. Yeah.
What's up? I only have two.
I'm gonna go play with some trash.
What are you doing these days?
A self-interview. I'm sorry, we haven't seen this
Are we on TV?
young lady
Let me
since
step
you got
out.
married, actually. And AC Variety had the opportunity to record the wedding.
Yeah, I'm here live in Willow Springs at the Willow Fest. It's a happening event here. Yeah.
Oh, this is Marissa Coleman now.
Yes.
I remembered your last name.
Yeah, that's
Updated
right.
last name usually takes me about 5 years.
Yeah.
So.
Do you guys want to be on TV?
Oh, of course I do. I'm just going to let you
Come
know.
here. Can you say hi? Hi.
And your name?
What's your name? Mila. Mila? Do you like the carnival? Yeah. What's your favorite part of the carnival? The cars. The cars? Nice. What about you? What's your name? Cars. You like the cars? Yeah. Nice. What about you? What's your name? I need to eat my pretzel. You need to eat your pretzel? Okay. You heard it here, folks. What about you? What's your name? Oh wait, we got another one. She's stuck in the stroller. We're gonna come over here. What's your name? All right, that's it. That's the kids. The Willow Springs gang. Oh, some moms? Oh, what's your name? Hi, I'm Janine. What's your favorite part of the carnival? Oh, it has to be all the great food. Yeah. What about you, young lady? What's your name? I'm Jessica. What's your favorite part of the carnival?
Oh, you know, just letting my kids go on rides while I get a drink of beer.
Yeah. Oh, what about you, young man?
What? What's the question?
What's your favorite part of the carnival?
Oh, I love Imperial Oak. The tent that they have? Oh, wait, just kidding. You have to go to the brewery. Where's the Imperial Oak tent?
Oh, our first complaints. First complaints of the evening.
Just kidding. I love the Ford here. Can't wait to win it. Can't wait to win the Ford.
Okay.
Well, good luck, sir. All right, that's a wrap.
Okay. We want to thank our guest host. Oh, wait, we have another room. Thank you.
Oh,
okay.
So we have a young man who wants to talk on
Yes.
camera.
And your name?
Cameron.
And are you having a good time here?
Yes.
Okay. And how old are you?
6.5.
6.5. Wow, you're really tall for 6.5. You're quite a big boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming up and saying hello.
Thank
You can say you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye now.
Hey Jim, I guess it really is a small world. You never know who you're going to run through when AC Variety.
That's right, and that was for historical purposes. You said her name, but I knew her as
Marissa
Manuzzo,
behind the
but
business.
she's now married with a beautiful daughter, and things go on.
We love seeing alumni of AC Variety, so anytime we're out on the streets, feel free to come up to us and we'll catch up.
Sounds like a plan.
So, until next time, remember, I am the Clem, this is Jim Aruzzo, and all roads lead to AC Variety. I'll be seeing you on TV.
Very good.